Hey everyone, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I've got this very cute little apron themed gift box, gift bag to share today. It's got a little hook and loop fastening. You could have a magnet there if you wanted to. Now this one's actually been highly requested. I've had a lot of emails asking if I would make this kind of project. So I had a little look on Pinterest and there are so many that have been done. Lots and lots of people have made different ones, but I wanted to do something a bit different. So this is my take on it. So I've got an acetate side here because I thought it just made it look a bit more like an apron. So you've got the front and the back, and then this is like the body. I've even added a ribbon here, so you've got like a little tie, which is all decorative, and then the pocket on the front, you've got all these cute little bits here, and I've used one of my stamps, All You Need Is Love and Donuts, and I've got a little charm there, and then these pieces have all been cut from one of the paper pads, but there's a lot of space in this. I filled it with the Lindor chocolates there, but you know, you can pop anything in this, and I think it will work for so many different things. When my mum saw this, she said, my dad's a kayaker, so he wears his like life vest, and it has toggles and all kinds of things on it, so you could decorate this, you know, to look like that. You could do this as maybe like a dinner lady kind of pinafore. You could have this as like a police officer's vest, or any kind of military style vest. So I think you could really customize this and make it work for many, you know, occasions. But it's very, very fun. It's pretty easy to do. I'm going to show you how to kind of make this template here. I've done it as a Valentine's one. However, this, just as it is perfect for Mother's Day. So it is in the Valentine's series, but this is definitely I think more of a Mother's Day one. It's just, yeah, it's just very, very sweet, and I think a lot of the ones on Pinterest that I've seen have been for Mother's Day as well. So, but like I said, works for many occasions, so hopefully you'll find something that you can make it for. So let's get into the tutorial and I'll show you how I've done it. Okay, so I've got the ovals here. It's just a draw around. So when we get to that point, these are just drawing around. So you don't actually need any dies to physically die cut, but you want something with a curved kind of side to draw around. So we'll talk about the acetate later, because if you don't have acetate, then this can just be cardstock. If it's cardstock, then you can make it differently to how I've put it together. Mine's deconstructed because I wanted these as separate pieces on the sides. I've got some ribbon and bits and pieces here, all for the decoration. Got the pocket, and then the base, all these bits here. So I've got everything ready to go. So what we want to do first of all is make our template. So get yourself a piece of scrap cardstock, and you want to cut it so that it's 4 by 7. Okay, and then this is where you'll want something with a curved side to it. Now, oval shape's better because you've got the tall kind of length. If you have a circle, which you can use, but you'll just cut more away at the top here, which I'll show you in a moment. So these are the Card Making Magic A5 ovals. I've had these a long time. I don't think they've ever been back in stock, or maybe they were once, but like I said, any kind of ovals will work. But if you have these ones, I believe it was this one here. Yeah, I think it was that one. Yeah, so that is the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th smallest one. Okay, and the measurement of that one, for anybody who's maybe wanting to get something a bit closer, it's about 4 7/8 by 2.5. So I've made my template, and I'm going to cut my piece that I actually need, but what I'm doing is how you will make your template. So this is a piece of 4 by 7. You then want to mark up 3.5 from the bottom. So just sit my ruler there, a little pencil mark at 3.5. And again on this side, like so. So we just come up 3.5 from the bottom on each side. You then want to come in from the top 1.25. So just a little pencil mark there, and then again 1.25. So the middle piece, which is like the neck, is 1.5. Okay, you can see on that one there, it's 1.5. I'm then going to take my oval die. You're going to sit this so that the pencil marks are inside that oval, and just line it up. So I've got one pencil mark just here, and then the other one just there. And then I'm going to draw around the inside. Okay. I've done the inside because that's how I've done the other template. If you want to draw on the outside, then you can. If you do go on the outside, if it's a thick die like this, you're just going to have more of a bend here. So again, you'll just have a little bit more to cut away. But I'll explain that again in a minute. And then again, just do the same on this side. Do that one again, so I didn't do that very straight. There we go. You're then going to cut the edges, and then you'll have your template. Once you've then done that, you would then sit it on your paper like, you know, I'm showing you now, and then draw around your template and do that again, because you're going to have 2 of these. So I've already got one ready. So I'm now going to very neatly remove the pencil marks. I'm just cutting slightly off to the left there, like so, and then just do the same on the other side. Next, we just want to straighten the top bit here. I mean, you can leave it curving off like that if you want, but I just sit my ruler so it's nice and straight. Because this is a grid paper, I can actually just follow that. And I wanted to push it up to the edge to, you know, where it hits the side. So it's just here, and there's this bit overhanging. So I'm just going to keep everything straight, push down, and just remove that. So now I've got, get that little bit gone there. There we go. I've got that straight line. So I'm just going to do that again on the other side. So that's all nice and straight. This is a 200 GSM card. It's from the Oh So Sweet first edition. It's paper, they say, but I mean, it is, I always think anything above 180 is more of a cardstock, but it is still kind of light. So I want to reinforce it. Plus I quite like the little detail here of this trim. So I'm using my Collall construction glue, and I'm just going to stick it onto the card and then just cut around it. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut it up the side so it's the same, and just cut around all of this. I'm going to cut along the top. So again, that's the same. And then it's just this little bit here, which I'm going to make as a little trim. So it's up to you how wide. I think this is probably about 1/8. It's not very wide at all. I'm just following that curve, like so. So I've got my 2 pieces there. Then I've got my acetate. So like I said, this can be cardstock if you don't want to do, you know, the acetate sides, but you'll want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 3.5 by 4. Whenever I score acetate, I always like to use a metal stylus. Along the 3.5 side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 3, and then along the 4, you're going to score at 3.5. Then pop it back along the 3.5 and score at 1 3/4, about 3/4 of the way down. If I bring that up so it hits the light, so you can see those 3 that we've done on all 3 sides, and then that's that 1 3/4 one. It's just about 3/4 of the way down. It's just going to help us fold in the sides like so. You can see it on this one here. See where they just kind of fold in? That's all it is. You don't have to have it if you don't want it. So with the 3 other ones, you're just going to fold. Right, so this is a construction acetate, so it will keep its shape nice and strong. Okay, so you can see where I've folded those 3. The squares, you're going to have 2 small squares in each corner. You're going to cut. We're going to cut up those, so I'm just cutting up like so, and then again just cutting up like so. Okay, so now I'm going to use my red tape, and I'm going to take one of them, and I'm just running some of this tape just down along each side. Don't worry about the bottom at the minute. See, I've just popped it on that side tab there. You've got the little square at the bottom, and I'm going to run it along that one and do the same on that one there as well. And I'm going to take the backing off, take one of these, and then you want to make sure, so there's the folded little square there, that's the bottom. This is all the tab that's going to go in on the base, so that's the bottom of the side. You want to make sure that this is flush. So just fold those pieces under. I'm just sticking this side, and it should just meet up with the top of this piece here where we just start to curve it in. If I flip it over, you can see where I've stuck that. You can see these a bit clearer as well. So there you can see we've already got one side coming on there. Then I'm going to take off this side and do again the same. Just fold on that piece up just so you know you're going to get it all nice and straight, and just stick that one in like so. And then do the same with this one. Again, just fold under those pieces. And then the last one. And with this one, if you just fold that one right over, you can fold that one right over, and it should just line up. So that means you're going to have it, you know, nice and square on, and the tops meet. You can see there they meet like they should. So at the bottom now, you'll have all these pieces loose. So we can fold these all in here, and we can fold these ones in here like so. And you'll see it should start to stand on its own. So now we need to start to build the base. So I've got this piece here which matches the paper, and this is 3.5 by 4, and it's along the 3.5 side that I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and 3, and just fold up the sides like so. And then I'm running some of that same red tape, but just in between the score lines. So fold those up. Just want to add it at each end. Sorry, my battery just went, so I just had to plug it back in. There's where I've just taken off the release paper for the double-sided tape, which is in between the two folds, and then I've just put glue there. So this is going to now stick on the bottom. So I'm going to attach this with the liquid glue first. I've used liquid glue and the red tape just because we've got a bit of wiggle time to get it into place on the sides. Then this needs to just stick directly onto the acetate. Keep everything nice and square like so. Push that down inside, and then you can just bring up the side and push that down. And then we're just going to cut another piece which will be just slightly smaller than the base. So this is 4 by 2.5, so I would just come in just slightly short of that, and then we'll stick that inside there just to reinforce it. And I've used my liquid glue on this. You don't need to worry too much about those sides there, but you just want to drop this in, just lift it up onto one side, and then just lay that down, and that glue will dry, and it will eventually adhere to the acetate there as well. So that will become nice and secure and strong. You could put something heavy in there. You could definitely put like a few candles or something. I think that would look quite sweet. So now it's just down to the decoration. So I did have another strip of these. I've got 3 strips because one is to just cover that join, but yours might not be the same pattern. It might be different, but that looks like the trim on the apron anyway. And then these are also for the handles, which is optional. So these are 8 by 1/4. Yeah, 8 by 1/4. Just put a little curve into them, a little bit of glue on the ends, and then you just want to stick each one behind the ends there like so. Just do that on the back. And I've got my large hook and loop dots here, and these are by the Dot and Dab range. So I'm just going to pop one behind there and then just line up the front here and stick that together. Then for the pocket, I've got this piece which is 2 3/4 by 2, and that's going to go about, let's do, yeah, about 1 inch, I think. Where did I come up on that one? Just under 1 inch. It's up to you. I'll probably do 1 inch there because I'm going to have that trim piece, so maybe do there. And then this piece I've stamped my sentiment, which is 1 1/2 by 2, and that's going to go on the top there. And that sentiment is from my baked goods stamp set, All You Need Is Love and Donuts. And then all these little bits and pieces are cut from one of the paper pads in that set. So you can see they've got the little mitts, and I'm just going to attach them with some ribbon, and then this little charm around the top there, and then you've got the little recipe. And because I've popped these on some foam, I'll be able to just slide these pieces in behind there. I've got the little heart, I've got the whisk and the bowl there, so I'll be doing all of that. But before you stick this piece down, you want to just lay your ribbon around. So I just want to check that that's going to tie. Yeah, that will. So if you just lay your ribbon across where you think you'll want it, and then I'm just going to tack it into place. Again, I can use the grid here to keep everything nice and straight. That's about right. And then I can just stick everything now down. And there is the finished little apron gift bag. I think it's adorable. So I'll just bring this one back in. So this one's got the trim on it because it had that piece coming over. Actually, this one's been stuck together slightly differently, but it was too fiddly. This is much easier. But I can just add a little band there if I wanted it to look the same. But if your base piece is different pattern to this, then you've already got that kind of different trim there anyway, so you probably wouldn't need to add that piece. But yeah, nice little strong bag there, ready to fill with more treats, and then that's going to be added to my Valentine hamper. So I hope you've enjoyed my take on this little apron gift box, for those of you that have asked. I'll link, as always, everything in the description box below. Coming up now will be some more, I guess, like unusual, more novelty style gift bags and boxes. If you're new to the channel, you might want to watch one of those next. And if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed today, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload something new. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.